AstCa News Live, the last one for a little while because F1 is going on break after this race for the summer, which is of course the 2023 Belgian Grand Prix. And yes, this will also be a race commentary for that, provided it goes ahead, because I don't know what the weather like is over in Belgium right now, so I'm hoping that the weather is okay and the race will indeed go ahead, because of course there were some questions coming into that this weekend due to the very severe weather and the recent passing of Delano Van Hoff, as well as the passing a few years ago of Antoine Hubert in very similar conditions. So the Grand Prix Drivers Association has said to the FIA, yeah, should this needs to be cancelled, please cancel it, because, well, we all know what can happen at Eau Rouge in the rain. Nothing good. Anyway, this week's AstCa News. I've got to be honest, there isn't an immense amount. Of course, we kind of in the middle of the week, we did tragically lose Irish music icon Sinead O'Connor, who shot to fame in the 90s by covering Prince. But of course, she did unfortunately pass away on Wednesday. The cause of death is still unknown, unfortunately. But yeah, rest in peace to Sinead O'Connor. I didn't really listen to her music, but I knew she was very, very influential and very famous in her field. So, yeah, rest in peace, Sinead. What else has happened this week? Marvel has actually moved their 2024 film releases backward to account for the strike, which is still ongoing, with seemingly no end in sight still, as no negotiations have taken place yet at all, so this strike could continue for a little while yet, which is very unfortunate, but let's be honest, if it needs to happen, then it needs to happen. Like, if these writers and actors aren't being paid or treated fairly, then I don't really see any reason for them not to strike, so keep on going. I'm sure you'll get what you want eventually. And hopefully you do, because then, of course, I know they're all desperate to get back to work, so once that happens, they can all get back to what they're doing, making films, writing scripts, and all that good stuff. Now, let's talk about the weekend so far. Kind of chaotic, I've got to be honest. The rain has really caused some chaos this time out. I don't know how this race is going to go, because the rain has thrown up so much chaos, frankly. I can't even begin to describe it. Of course, in the sprint race yesterday, Fernando Alonso had his first DNF of the season. Yeah, he crashed. I think it was Rivage where he crashed. In fact, I think it was the same place as Lance Stroll did on Friday in qualifying, when he just went straight on into the wall, and frankly, Fernando Alonso kind of did the same. But unlike Lance Stroll, he didn't actually crash, he just got stuck in the gravel trap, which is bad. Like, that is not good. So that did lead to Fernando Alonso not finishing the sprint race, scoring no points for that, which is unfortunate for him. Of course, Max Verstappen has had a 5-place grid penalty for today's race for having a new gearbox, which is his 5th of the season, and you're only allowed 4. So, he's taken a 5-place penalty, which puts him down into 6th, and Charles Leclerc up into pole position. Yeah, we have a Ferrari on pole position again. That has not happened for a while now, so I'm very happy to see that being the case. How long will it take Max to get back to the lead, though? Probably not long, knowing Max. One moment, guys. Just going to grab my water. 1 second. Whoops. And I'm back. Yeah, so Charles Leclerc is on pole for this race, which is amazing to see for Ferrari, because, as we know this season so far, it's been no 2022. Let's put it that way. Like, I don't know where they've gone this season, but they have just well and truly dropped from where they were last year. It's kind of sad to see, really. Of course, there was some very big news from the Alpine camp on Friday. Pat Fry has left the team for Williams. Alan Permain, after 34 years, has been sacked. And so has Otmar Zafnauer. Yeah, this will be Otmar Zafnauer's final race in charge of Alpine. Where the hell did that come from? Huh? And also, to add to that, Laurent Rossi has been fired as well, the Alpine former CEO. So, yeah, this is quite a chaotic week for the French team. Well, the French team who are based in England. Anyway, yeah, it's a bit of a chaotic week for them. I'm not sure how they're gonna. Well, I'm not sure who they're going to employ to replace Alain Permain and Otmar Zafnauer. Although there is a rumour that it could be Mattia Binotto. Yep, Mattia Binotto, former head honcho at Ferrari up to last season, could be taking over Alpine for the rest of the season and beyond. And speaking of Ferrari, while we're here, Laurent Mekies has left the team as well to get ready for his overtaking of Franz Tost as AlphaTauri team principal next year, or rather, whatever that team will be called next year. Because as you guys might remember, they're going in for a rebrand at the end of this season. Sorry about that, just had to do a quick light adjustment. We're good now. But yeah, a lot of chaos happening this week in F1. Of course, the weekend so far has been nuts. With the likes of Lewis Hamilton and Sergio Perez coming into contact yesterday in the sprint race, which has led to Lewis getting a 5-second penalty and 2 penalty points, which a lot of people have said is quite harsh. And yeah, everything's just kind of going crazy at the moment. Aston Martin are really dropping off now. I don't know where they've gone or what's happened to them, but they are not the Aston Martin they were at the start of the season. I'm not sure what's happened there. Although, I would love to point out now that Oscar Piastri qualified on... Wait, no. He qualified on the front row for the sprint race. Nearly got the pole for the sprint race, but Max Verstappen clinched it by 100th of a second. Yeah. So Oscar Piastri was incredibly close to his first pole position, but didn't quite clutch it. Now, as I said at the start, Charles Leclerc is on pole today. Of course, that isn't really something he's used to anymore, but I'm hoping he can, hopefully for him, he can keep it in the lead for the first little chunk of the race. Of course, Max Verstappen is going to be flying to the front of the grid, so he's probably going to have to start defending very quickly. So I'm curious to see how that battle goes, because of course the Leclerc-Verstappen battles last season were very interesting at points. Like, those two were going at it for quite a while. So I'm very curious to see how Max handles Leclerc today, because of course, as I said, the Ferrari this year is frankly nowhere near as good as last season's Ferrari. It's quite a step down, really. So I'm curious to see how it goes, should those two end up in a bit of a scrap for the lead, which I think could happen. Of course, as we know, Leclerc is a pretty defensive driver, to be honest. He's not some... He can get the lead and he can stay there, but his defending is quite good. So hopefully Leclerc can... hopefully for him, he can hold Max off for a little while. Of course, Max getting into the lead is more of a formality at this point, so have to wait and see how that goes. Of course, Checo Perez, I think, is in P2 right now. On the grid, so he may get team orders to swap with Max. We'll have to wait and see. He might not. We'll just have to wait and see on that front. But yeah, honestly, this weekend's race could be quite interesting. Much like last week in Hungary, and I think it was in Silverstone too, there were a lot of cars that aren't really where they should be today, so could be quite a chaotic race and a lot of overtakes to keep an eye on and watch. But of course, here are my usual questions. 1. Who do you think is going to finish the race on the podium? Will it be Max, Lewis, and Leclerc, or will it be another combination entirely? Will there even be a Red Bull on the podium today? Bit of a bold one. Now, who do we think is going to round out the top 10 as well? Who do we think is going to score all the points today? And second to last, who do we think is going to round out the whole grid? Who's going to finish in what position? And the big one, who is not going to finish today? Will it be a McLaren? Will it be a Williams? Will it be a Haas? Or will it be somebody else entirely? Will it be a Red Bull? Will it be a Ferrari? Who do you think is going to not finish this race today? And how long will it take? And do you think Alpine will finish? Because as we know, they have had 2 double DNFs in a row at Silverstone and Hungary. So, how long will it take? Will they get their finishing? Will they be able to finish the race today? Will it be just one of them? Will it be both Ocon and Gasly? Well, I just have to wait and see. This race today, I think, is going to be a bit of a mental one, given the rain over the weekend. Again, I don't know if it's raining there now, but the rain over the weekend has been quite severe, so we're going to have to wait and see, because the drivers, of course, have been used to wet conditions this weekend. So if it's dry today, it may get a bit messy. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, we're now about 20 minutes away from the race start, so I'll tune in a few minutes to see what's going on. Yeah, this race today is, of course, as I said, the final one before the summer break, which means we have only 10 left after the summer break. And I figured out how they're going to go. It's going to be a double header, a single header, a triple header, done. Yeah. Oh, wait, no. There'll be 9 races left after the summer break, so yeah. Double header, single header, triple header, double header, done. That is the pattern for the rest of the season up till 26th of November. So there'll be 2 races in a row, followed by another 2 races in a row after a week off, and then 1 race after a week off again, 3 races in a row after another week off, and then the last 2 after another week off, and then that's it until next year. Yeah, it's kind of mental to think how close we are to the end of the season, even though it's not even August. We're almost already done. The championships, as David Croft said, and I said last week, could very well be wrapped up by Monza and Singapore, which is in the second doubleheader there. So, it won't be secured straight after the summer break, but there's very much potential that in Monza and Singapore, the second doubleheader of the 3, and the second set of races after the summer break, both championships could be wrapped up in those 2 weeks. The drivers and constructors. So, yeah, that is a bit nuts, really. It feels like we've barely gotten started, and the championship is almost over. Huh? And then we'll just have to see what happens next year. Of course, we don't have too many changes next year. We know we're getting a couple of team rebrands, which isn't much, really. They'll still be the same teams under the name, but there'll just be a different name with it. Yeah, so, honestly, I'm looking forward to this race. Of course, as I said, it's the last one until the end of August, so make the most of it while we've got it. Anyway, I'm going to tune in a minute, see how things are getting on the grid, ready for the race. One moment, please. I'm curious to see how this race is going to go, because the grid has been a bit mental this weekend. Oh, have I missed the Austrian national anthem? I think I might have. Or it's just about to start. I'm not sure. Yep, okay, so that's George Russell starting from P8 today after a less than stellar qualifying on Friday, unfortunately for him. 1 second. Yeah, so that's George Russell in P8 today after a not so brilliant qualifying on Friday for him. So I'm curious to see how he does today. I think we'll just have to wait and see because this weekend won't give us, because it looks as if it's going to be a dry race. So unfortunately, most of the information we have so far on today doesn't give us much. Like, all weekend has been wet, so dry running has been a minimum. So, let's see how this goes. Okay, now we have Max Verstappen being interviewed. You know, I think this race could potentially produce quite an interesting result. Do I think Max will win? Possibly. Like, strange things have happened. Okay, now we've got the Austrian national anthem, so I'll shut up for a minute. Oh, but the Belgian national anthem, Jesus Christ. I'll get that right one day. Okay, that was a nice rock rendition of the Belgian national anthem there. Oh, you know, I do think this race could produce, again, some quite interesting results. Like, we don't really know how these cars are going to run today. Of course, Mercedes are generally a lot quicker on a Sunday, so potentially watch out for the two Mercedes today. And along with the McLarens, like, McLaren, over the last few races, have definitely taken a lot of steps forward, so I wouldn't count them out. I know they're a bit further down the grid than they have been the last few weeks, but I would not count them out just yet. They've been doing quite well. Okay, now we're about 10 minutes away from the start of the race. Cannot wait for this one. Okay, now we have a little shot of Gianpiero Lambiase talking to Max before the race. Right. Yeah, as it's just been said, I think it's going to be a bit of a fight between Mercedes, McLaren, and Ferrari for potentially second, of course. Red Bull could be in there for the lead, but like, I think the main fight is going to be Mercedes, McLaren, and Ferrari for this race. Yeah, like, Ferrari seems to be strong at only a certain few tracks this year, and it does look as if this is one of them. So, Ferrari are probably going to be a team to look out for today, especially with Charles Leclerc on pole. Okay, just a few minutes to go now. You know, if Max does win this one today, of course, this will be the 12th race in a row that Red Bull, well, the 12th race this season that Red Bull's won. Of course, 12 out of 12. Let's not forget this will be Red Bull's 13th race in a row that they won, counting Abu Dhabi last year. So, it's a bit mad to think that they've been so dominant this season, and let's be honest, no one's even really come close to beating them. So, a lot of teams, I think, are probably going to be focusing on next year's car now, because at the moment, that Red Bull is just untouchable. So, I think next year will be a season to watch out for. Like, I think this season is probably going to be very Red Bull dominated. But I think for next year, I think the grid is going to be a lot closer, especially towards the front, because of course, a lot of teams are now really starting to understand these regulations. Because of course, this is only the second season with them, second of 4. Because let's not forget that in 2026, there's going to be another massive regulation overhaul. So there's only 4 seasons with these cars. So and this season will mark the halfway point of that. So I think a lot of teams will really understand these cars next year. So I think we'll see a lot closer of a battle towards the front of the grid, especially. And especially for the lead. I think the championship next year won't be as clear-cut as it has been this time. Because, of course, let's face it, from the word go, Max has probably been the favourite to win the championship. But I think next year might be a bit more of a mixed bag. Like, I reckon there'll be regular championship lead swaps. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. And in fact, I think it might swap over with a few drivers. Like, I don't think it'll just be Max and Checo. I think there'll be some other drivers thrown in there. Maybe Leclerc, maybe Hamilton, maybe even Lando Norris, perhaps. Like, I think next year could be very chaotic in terms of the championship standings. It may not be... I don't think it'll be like 2021 levels of chaos, but I think it will be there'll be regular switchovers of the championship lead, I think, anyway. But anyway, we have still about half of this season to go, so let's not think about next year right now. Let's just focus on the rest of this one. And as I said, there's not much of that left. As I said, double-header, single-header, triple-header, done. That's it for this season. Okay, F1 intro time. Okay. Then in a minute we'll get the track information and then the grid order. And again, roughly by my calculations, this will be about an hour and a half race, provided nothing goes wrong, such as rain, safety cars, yellow flags, red flags, virtual safety cars. Hopefully nothing goes wrong, and it should be a clean race in theory. But this is Spa-Francorchamps, so wait and see. Anyway, here we go. Okay, it's going to be a dry race at the moment. There is a 40% chance of rain, though, so wait and see. Yep, only 44 laps. 7.004 kilometres, or 4.352 kilometres. 19 turns, 102.1 metres of elevation. Top speed 350.8 kilometres an hour. Ugh. Okay. Just seeing some classic overtakes at certain points on the track at the moment. Okay, now we have the tyre compounds, which are the C4, C3, and C2. Almost the middle. We have the soft C4, medium C3, and the hard C2 tyres. And here we have the grid. Okay. We have 20th, Nico Hulkenberg on a pit lane start, and Daniel Ricciardo in 19th. Logan Sargent in 18th, and Zhou Guanyu in 17th. Then we have Kevin Magnussen in 16th thanks to a penalty, and Alex Albon in 15th. Now we have Esteban Ocon in 14th, and 13th is Valtteri Bottas. And then we have Pierre Gasly in 12th, and Tsunoda in 11th. And in the points, we have Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso, making it an all Aston Martin 5th row. Then we have George Russell in 8th, and Lando Norris in 7th. And then we have Max Verstappen, thanks to another penalty, down in 6th, and Oscar Piastri in 5th. Then we have Carlos Sainz in 4th, and Lewis Hamilton in 3rd. Then we have Sergio Perez in 2nd, and Charles Leclerc on pole position. Yeah, and this is going to be the first time this weekend that these cars are running on full tanks of fuel, so it might be a bit of a slow race lap-wise. Like, the laps might take a while for a fair few laps. Okay, just a couple of minutes to go now. Well, actually, no, we should be going round about now for the formation lap, yep. Okay, any moment now. And they should be off now. Yep, off they go for the formation lap. So this will take a couple of minutes to do now, the formation lap. Okay, everyone's coming up through Eau Rouge and onto the Camel Straight now. Okay. Oh, now I've got the tyres for each of the cars. We have mediums with Piastri, Norris, Russell, Alonso, Stroll, Tsunoda and Hülkenberg, and everyone else is on softs. Now we have the stop strategies, soft 13 laps, medium 15 laps, and medium 16 laps, or medium 17 laps, or hard 27 laps. So those are the two optimal tyre strategies for today's race. Ugh. Okay, and here's Oscar Piastri coming around the formation lap. Okay. Some of the cars are now coming towards the end of the lap, I think, so we should see them reform on the grid very soon, I would think. Okay, I think this is now... I think we're seeing the bus stop chicane now, so we're almost at the end of the formation lap now. Yep, and there's the grid. And if Max wins today, this will be his 8th consecutive win. So, he's getting very close to Sebastian Vettel's record. One more, and then he's equalled it. 2 more, and he's passed it. So, I think he's probably eyeing up that record next. So, if he wins today, 2 more wins in a row, and he will then have the most consecutive wins in F1 history. Okay, now we have the rest of the cars lining up on the grid, except for Nico Hülkenberg, who is going to be starting from the pits. For what? I'm not exactly sure. Okay, green flag is going. The lights are coming on. And they are off for the 2023 Belgian Grand Prix. And Charles Leclerc had an amazing start there. Oh, lock up there from Carlos Sainz. Oh, very tight going into turn 1. Oh, Jesus. Okay. No one went off, I don't think. Okay, we're good. Oh, and Oscar Piastri has slowed right down. Okay. Okay, and Sergio Perez is already into the lead. Oof. And then Max Verstappen's already into 4th place. Okay. Oh. Okay, Oscar Piastri is now reporting that he has got damage, so might he be out? I don't know. Okay, now Max Verstappen is hunting down Lewis Hamilton to get up into P3. Oh, and Carlos Sainz has got damage too. Okay. Okay, now Sainz is being chased down by Fernando Alonso, and Sainz in turn is chasing down Verstappen, but Verstappen's also chasing down Hamilton. Yeah, it's a bit of a chain of cars here, guys. This is going to be a bit mental. Oh, Carlos Sainz radio. Okay. Ferrari have confirmed to Carlos Sainz that they've seen the damage, but they've told him to carry on for now. Okay. Okay. Now we're on to lap 2. Oh, and Alex Albon has already overtaken Lance Stroll up into 9th. Oof. And we have a yellow flag in sectors 2 and 3. Okay. And it is Oscar Piastri. He is now out of this race. That is a shame. Okay, it looks as if Oscar Piastri hit the wall coming out of turn 1. Okay, we've now got an onboard of Oscar Piastri, seeing how he went. Oh. Got squeezed in by Carlos Sainz. Okay. Now we're seeing it from Fernando Alonso's perspective, which didn't give us much really. Oh, I'm on green flag on lap 3. Okay, that was quick. Okay, so DRS will be activated now. But now we've got a yellow flag in sector 1. Perez has got fastest lap, 1 minute 52.166 seconds. But now got a green flag again. Okay. Sainz radio. Okay, so Carlos Sainz has lost 5% of his aero balance, which is honestly pretty bad. Like, I know 5% doesn't sound like much, but it's going to... He's going to feel that. Like, will definitely notice that. I don't know if it's front air. I think it's front aero maybe. So he's definitely going to get a lot of understeer now, I think, which is going to be quite interesting for him, to be honest. Yeah, he'll definitely feel that damage on his car, like no doubt. On to lap 4 now, so already won 11th of the way through this race. Perez still holds the fastest lap right now with a 1 minute 52.153 seconds. Yes, it is almost a 2-minute lap, so it is going to be an interesting race. Oh, now we've got lap 1, turn 1 reviewed, no further investigation required. Okay then. And Hamilton is holding off Verstappen, it seems, for now. Okay, we've got Alex Albon overtaking Lando Norris and Fernando Alonso overtaking Carlos Sainz. Okay then. This is going to be very interesting. Okay, that's Hulkenberg up into 17th, but going way off track. Okay then. And that was on Pierre Gasly, yep. Okay then. But the overtake didn't work on Pierre Gasly. Okay, it's side pod. Okay, it's side pod damage for Carlos Sainz, and there is quite a chunk taken out of that side pod. Yikes. And there's Lance Stroll re-overtaking Lando Norris. Okay then. Okay, on to lap 5 now. Okay, now I've got Lance Stroll overtaking George Russell, but George Russell getting him back almost straight away. Sonoda's overtaking Carlos Sainz, and Albon, I think, is overtaking Lance Stroll again, so this is all going to be a bit nuts for a while now, probably. Okay, now we're on board with Alex Albon for a little bit, it seems. Oh, Hamilton radio. Okay. He's reporting that Charles Leclerc has been off at turn 9 on every lap so far, so is there going to be a track limits investigation? Potentially. For Charles Leclerc. Oh, and Alex Albon has overtaken Carlos Sainz, who seems to be slowing right down now, so, Oh, Lando Norris, Mika Magnussen, and Daniel Ricciardo are all in the pits right now. Okay. And Lewis Hamilton's been overtaken by Max Verstappen. Lando Norris's pit stop time was a 4.3 seconds. Kevin Magnussen's was a 3-second stop, and Ricciardo's was a 2.3. Okay, so that is Max Verstappen up into third now. Now he's got to catch up to the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc, and then overtake his teammate Sergio Perez. Okay, it looks as if Max took one hell of a lunge there at Hamilton. Woof. Okay. That was a lunge from quite far back, to be honest, so yeek. Okay, lap 6 now. Okay, now Max Verstappen has the fastest lap with a 1 minute 56. Nah, 1 minute 52.130 seconds. So that is incredibly fast there from Max Verstappen. Oh, and then we've got a couple more cars coming into the pits now. That's an Alpine and an Alfa Romeo. I don't know which ones. Oh, Ocon and Bottas. There's our answers. Okay, that is a 2.4 second stop there for Ocon, and for Bottas it'll be a 3 seconds flat. Okay, to lap 7 now. Oh. Okay, now we're on. We were on board there with Carlos. No, it was actually Charles Leclerc for a little bit there with a 2.7 second gap there to Sergio Perez. But Max Verstappen is closing into Charles Leclerc quite quickly. He is at 0.8 seconds, so he is well within DRS range of the Ferrari. So Verstappen could be up into second, probably very soon, I'd imagine. Maybe within the next lap, maybe 2, because we're on lap 8 now. So by lap 10, Max Verstappen could be up into second. Oh, and there's Logan Sargent overtaking Carlos Sainz. So that Ferrari is really slowing down now. And here comes an Alpine to overtake him, and it is the Alpine of Pierre Gasly. And Carlos Sainz is coming into the pits along with Zhou Guanyu. And this is Alex Albon in the pits as well. Okay, Sainz's stop was a 2.6 second. Magnussen's got the fastest lap with 1 minute 51. Alex Albon has 4.7 second stop, and Zhou's got 3.8, and Magnussen's fastest lap was 1 minute 51.534 seconds. Whew, that was kind of chaotic to keep up with. Wow. Okay. Still on to lap 8. Ocon's overtaken Norris, it seems, but... Oh, no, sorry, it was Albon and Ocon, so... Ocon overtook Albon, but... Albon overtook Ocon at the same time, so they switched between the two of each other. So, it went... so, Ocon overtook Albon, then Albon re-overtook Ocon. Yeah, that's what I should have said. Oh, Hamilton radio. Okay, so there's apparently a little bit of rain coming in about 20 minutes' time for the track. So around lap 20, so roughly almost halfway through the race, there'll be a little bit of rain, but apparently it'll be nowhere near as strong as it was yesterday. So thank God for that, because yesterday was mad. Oh, and there goes Max Verstappen, overtaking Charles Leclerc on the outside. Oof. And now Max Verstappen has got to chase down his teammate Sergio Perez. That's Logan Sargent into the pits with a 3.1 second stop as well. 1 second, guys. Got a bit of a problem. Okay, we're good. My headphones rubber tip got stuck in my ear. Not too bad though. Managed to get it out really quick. Okay, on to lap 9 now. Okay, so now Max Verstappen is still chasing down Sergio Perez, but it might take a while because Perez is 3 seconds up the road. So let's see how long that takes to happen. Okay, Perez has now been informed that Max Verstappen is the car behind him now, and he has been told to manage his tyres in Sector 2 because they are dropping off a little bit, it seems. Oh, now got Tsunoda into the pits, and his pit stop will be seemingly quite slow. Oh, never mind, it was a 2.2 second stop. That's pretty good. Okay, on to lap 10 now. Okay. Max has taken off a quarter of a second to Sergio Perez now, so he's closed in by 2.5 tenths. Okay. Oh, and the pit window for the soft tyres is open. Laps 10 to 15, in case you're all wondering. And Ocon has overtaken Kevin Magnussen, and Ricciardo has overtaken Lando Norris. And Lando Norris is now the only driver on the hards right now, which explains how Ricciardo got past him so easily. Right. Norris radio. Okay. Oh, lap 11. Okay, oh, Fernando Alonso's in the pits. Let's see what time this stop's going to be. That was immensely fast. 2.4 second stop. Okay. Okay, so now we're 1/4 through this race. Oh, now we got a Haas overtaking Alonso, and it is the Haas of Nico Hülkenberg. Okay. Now we've got Alonso chasing down Hülkenberg again to try and get that position back, which could be quite a quick battle potentially. Okay, on to lap 12 now. Okay, got an interview here with James Vowles. Okay, Fernando Alonso is still chasing down Hulkenberg, but just can't quite get in front of him. And I'm just surprised that Sergio Perez is absolutely maintaining the gap to Max Verstappen. Like, Verstappen is closing in just very, very slowly. So big props to Perez here. Like, as we know, Max this season has been completely untouchable. So the fact that Perez is staying so far in front of him with barely losing the gap, it's quite impressive, really. Okay, 2.5 second gap now, so the gap is closing up ever so slightly, but just very slowly for Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez. Oh, and now Lewis Hamilton's into the pits. And that will be a 2.7 stop there for 2.7 second stop there for Hamilton. Okay. Now we have Hulkenberg into the pits as well. Okay. That was a 3.9 second stop there for Hulkenberg, so that was a pretty slow stop, really. And as always, I will stay on till the podium ceremony. Then I'll be joining you guys again tonight at 6 p.m. for an AstCast with Roxanne. So please keep an eye out for that. About 2 hours after this race, I would imagine. But yeah, so I'll be on again until the podium ceremony, and then yeah, I'll be back later on for the AstCast. The 94th one to be exact. Oh, stopping radio. Oh, and Perez is in the pits. So that puts Verstappen automatically into lead, and Charles Leclerc's in the pits too. Okay, 3.2 for Perez and 2.4 for Leclerc. Oof. Okay. And now there's a turn 4 and 5 incident involving Hamilton weaving on the straight, apparently. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Oh, Verstappen radio. Okay. Lambiasi's now reporting that there could be rain in about 9 or 10 minutes, which again would add up with the Mercedes report as well. So there could be rain in the next 10-ish minutes now. Okay. Okay, now here comes Verstappen into the pits, it looks like. Yep, here we go. So that's Perez back into the lead. .5 second stop there for Verstappen. Okay, now I've got a 1.8 second gap there for Verstappen to Verstappen to Perez. Now we have Lewis Hamilton on the fastest lap with a 1 minute 51.523 seconds. So that's pretty good for Hamilton there. And no further investigation for Lewis Hamilton's weaving on straight accusation. Okay, and we have rain expected at 15:38 local time. So in roughly 5 minutes. Because we're an hour behind Belgium, so it'll be 2:38 in the UK. Oh, so in about 6 minutes' time. Okay. Oh, now we got George Russell chasing down Lance Stroll, trying to overtake him, but not quite getting it done. Stroll is parking his car in kind of the right places, really. Okay. Nothing seems to be happening right now. I think Max Verstappen is probably going to continue to try to close up to Sergio Perez over the next few laps. But, whoa! And that seems to be a bit of a wobble there for Fernando Alonso, it seems. Bit of oversteer there for Fernando Alonso, yeah. Oh, and there goes Fernando Alonso overtaking George Russell despite that snap of oversteer that he had. Okay. Now it's a 0.7 second gap there for Verstappen. Oh, sorry, 0.5. So probably any moment now we can probably expect Verstappen to re-overtake Perez, but on track this time. Okay. Now Perez is just doing everything that he can to keep Max behind him. Will that be enough? Wait and see. Okay, and now Verstappen is on the fastest lap. Oof. Okay. 1 minute 50.696 seconds there for Verstappen. Okay, and now we've got this Red Bull battle is going to probably go on for another minute or two. Oh, never mind. Here comes Verstappen to overtake Sergio Perez for the lead of the race. Oh, and there's George Russell re-overtaking Lance Stroll from earlier. Oof. Okay, now the medium tyre pit window is open and has been open for a while. Lap 14 to lap 20 is the medium tyre optimal stop window. Okay, so that's Max Verstappen up into the lead now. That took a bit longer than I was expecting, actually. Like quite a lot. Okay, and Verstappen again has the fastest lap. 1 minute 50.108 seconds that time. Okay, lap 18 now. Science radio. Okay. Right, Ferrari have just told Carlos Sainz there'll be rain in the next 3-4 minutes, and it'll be rain level intensity 2 or 3, which is apparently quite bad. So there could be some tyre changes from the hard tyre, well, from the slick tyres to the wets or intermediates. Oh boy, this race is about to get interesting. Okay, and Lando Norris is in for a pit stop again with another slow stop, it seems. Oh, only 3.3 seconds, not bad. But Lando Norris has pitted off of the hard tyres. Onto what tyres? Onto the softs. He's gone completely the other way. However, very soon he may need to pit again for intermediates or wets, depending on how bad the rain is. Okay. Carlos Sainz has now reported that there is some rain in turn 15, so in Sector 3, towards the end of the track. Okay. Okay. And Perez is now already out of DRS range of Max Verstappen, despite it only being 2 laps since he was overtaken. Oof. Which kind of just tells you how on fire Max is this season. Oh, just smacked my elbow on the wall. Ouch. Don't know if you heard that on the microphone, but oh, that hurts. That's going to be fun. Okay. Oh, Leclerc radio. Okay. Leclerc's pit wall has reported that this rain will last about 10 minutes, so about 5 to 6 laps roughly. So not too bad. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a 10-minute stint of rain, but it may be quite intense rain, so I don't know how it's going to go. Like, a lot of teams have said to the drivers they want to try and remain on the slicks if they can. Again, it's only a 10-minute stint of rain, but if it's that bad, those 10 minutes could be absolute hell on slicks. So, I'm not sure how this is going to go. Okay. And Lance Stroll has been overtaken by Yuki Tsunoda. Okay. Lap 20 now. Okay. Okay. Oh, now I'm seeing some rain on the cameras. Okay. Oh, Verstappen radio. Reporting that it's raining quite a bit there from Verstappen. Okay, that's not good. Oh, Aston Martin getting ready for a pit stop onto the softs. For who? I don't know. Oh, it's for Lance Stroll, so he's going to be pitting onto the softs. Okay. Oh, that was a very slow stop there for Stroll. Oof. 4.3 seconds. Yikes. Okay. Now we're just getting a bit of a replay here from Verstappen. Oh, had a bit of a wobble there. Okay. He almost lost the car there coming into Eau Rouge. That's what I was talking about, guys. Eau Rouge is a very dangerous part of the track in wet conditions. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Still catching up on my sleep. Okay, now we're at lap 22, halfway through the race. Ugh. Okay, and there's Daniel Ricciardo overtaking Valtteri Bottas. Okay. Then we've got Lando Norris chasing down Logan Sargent here for 16th. Oh, George Russell radio being told to pit, so is he coming in for wet weather tyres, maybe? Okay. It looks as if it's starting to get harder rain-wise. Oh yeah. I can see it on Lando Norris's onboard camera. It's raining a little bit harder now. Okay. Okay, we've got George Russell in the pits. Just said. Okay, new softs for George Russell. And that was a 2.9 second stop there for him, so that's not bad. Oh, and Ricciardo's in the pits as well. And his pit stop time will be a... What will it be for Daniel Ricciardo? 2.5 seconds. That was pretty good. Okay, lap 23. Okay, and there's now a 5.5 second gap between Verstappen and Perez now. Woof. Okay. It looks as if the rain could be getting ready to stop now, so wait and see. Okay, and there's Nico Hülkenberg overtaking Zhou Guanyu. That's George Russell overtaking Logan Sargent there on a replay. Oh, we got Pierre Gasly coming into the pits and Alex Albon. Woo! That was a very close release there for those two. 2.8 second stop for Albon, but I don't know what Gasly's stop time was. Okay, and here comes George Russell on Zhou Guanyu. Okay, lap 24, so 21 laps to go now. Oh, and that's Carlos Sainz out of the race. Oh. Oh, and Pierre Gasly's stop was a 5-second stop. There was some trouble on his front right. Okay. So far we have Piastri and Carlos Sainz out of the race. Oh, and Sonoda's back into the pits, it seems, and so is Hulkenberg and Bottas. Okay. Okay, 2.4 second stop there for Sonoda. 3.2 for Hulkenberg. And Sargent's in the pits now as well. No, sorry. 3.2 for Bottas. 5.1 for Hulkenberg. Oof. And that's George Russell overtaking Lando Norris. And that was a 3.4 second stop for Logan Sargent. Okay. Okay, lap 25 here. Okay. Right. Lap 26 now. And I think we'll probably start to see things slow down for a little while for like maybe the next 10-ish laps. So about the next 20 minutes or so, and then I think in the final 10 laps things will start to go a bit mental again. Probably start to see some overtakes, some last overtakes for position. Oh, and we have Ocon into the pits now. Oh, and Magnussen into the pits as well. 2.7 second stop for Ocon. What will it be for Magnussen and Zhou, who's now in the pits as well? 3.1 for Magnussen, and for Zhou, it's going to be 3.4 seconds. Okay. Pretty good. Okay, and Gianpiero Lambiase has now told Max Verstappen to now settle into his race management, so that could either mean maintain the gap to Sergio Perez for about 7 to 10 seconds, or absolutely floor it and win by about 30. So, those are two pretty decent options for him, and I suppose it's going to be up to him which he goes for. He'll either keep the gap, or he will just go absolutely nuts. And knowing Verstappen, he's probably going to go for the absolutely nuts portion of that. Okay, so we got Hulkenberg replay now of him overtaking the AlphaTauri of, I think that, yep, that's Daniel Ricciardo. Okay, 7.6 second gap now. Oh, 7.7 seconds, sorry, gap for Verstappen to Perez. Okay, and that was Hulkenberg on the fastest lap. Didn't see the lap time, unfortunately. Here comes Pierre Gasly to try and overtake the Williams of, I think that's Alex Albon. Okay. Okay, through to Stavolo now. Okay. And here we are on to Puan. Still following Gasly, trying to overtake Albon, but not quite close enough to him. Oh, and here comes Hamilton into the pits. And that's a set of softs for Lewis Hamilton. 2.8 second stop for him. Okay, lap 28 now. Okay, now we're back with Gasly, still chasing down Alex Albon. Okay. Okay. And now we have Charles Leclerc coming into the pits as the only remaining Ferrari on the track. Okay. And that was a pretty decent stop there. 2.7 second stop for Charles Leclerc. Okay. Okay. And I've got a bit of a four-way battle for third between Leclerc, Hamilton, Alonso, and Russell. Okay. Okay, Russell less so, but definitely between Alonso, Hamilton, and Leclerc. That's going to be interesting. Okay, 15 laps to go now on lap 30. Okay, Sergio Perez is into the pits again. 2.2 second stop for him, so that's pretty good. Okay, now I have Fernando Alonso into the pits as well. Okay. Another set of softs for Fernando Alonso. Oh, and now Verstappen's coming in as well. That was a 3.3 second stop there for Alonso. So Verstappen's been asked to come into the pits as well, which should still have him in the lead. Oh, Alonso radio. Okay, here comes Verstappen into the pits. .3 second stop for Verstappen there. Okay, nothing seems to be happening right now, so I'm guessing this is that little stint of nothingness that I was predicting a few laps ago. And there's Oscar Piastri in the McLaren pits. Well, in the McLaren garage, because again, excuse me. He has retired from the race. Okay, now Hulkenberg's still on the fastest lap. Okay, then. Oh. Okay. Now we're on to lap 32. Okay. Oh, stopping radio. Okay. Seems to be getting a little bit frosty here between Lambiase and Verstappen, as it has been throughout the weekend. There's been a lot of snippy comments exchanged between the two of them. Mainly more on Lambiase's side today. Okay, that's going to be interesting to monitor over the next few races, potentially. Okay, and Verstappen's on the fastest lap now. 1 minute 48.922 seconds. Woof! That's a hell of a drop lap time. Lap 33 now. And Gasly and Albon have finally got themselves sorted out, and Gasly is up into 11th, and Albon is down into 12th. But Alex Albon is not quite done yet with Gasly, so this could be a re-overtaking attempt from Albon here. Okay, and there's Alex Albon re-overtaking. Oh no, not quite re-overtaking Pierre Gasly. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, so Gasly has managed to keep in front of the Williams of Albon there. That was actually pretty impressive. Okay, lap 34, 11 to go. Oh, stopping radio. Okay. Albon in the pits now. 2.9 second stop there for him. Okay. Red Bull are getting a bit worried about Max overusing his tyres now, which could potentially allow Sergio Perez to fly back into the lead potentially in the closing stages. Ooh. Oh, stopping radio. Okay, 10 laps to go now. Okay. Okay, now it's a bit of a 3-0 battle between Gasly, Ocon, and Tsunoda here for 9th. Okay. Oops, Sargent's in the pits now. Okay. And Sargent's stop time was a 2.7 second stop. Not bad. Lap 36. Okay. Now is not a good time for hiccups. Ugh. Okay. Verstappen is still well ahead of Sergio Perez. Not as much as he'd probably like, but he is still very comfortably ahead of him. Not quite a whole pit stop ahead, but close. Okay. Lap 37. Okay. Now we've got Daniel Ricciardo on board, chasing down Hulkenberg for 14th. Okay, and the driver of the day vote closes in 6 laps time. For those of you who want to vote on that. Okay. Now we're on to lap 38 with 7 laps to go, so very much in the closing stages of this race now, so things could start to get a bit interesting very soon. Okay. Okay. Some track limits warnings starting to come into effect now. Stopping radio. Okay, Max is reporting some very heavy wind now, which is interesting. Okay. Ooh. AstCa completely blitzes Yuki Tsunoda. Ooh. Okay, lap 39. Okay. Okay. Now it's a 16.7 second gap there from Verstappen's Perez. Okay. Okay, now it's lap 40, 5 laps to go. So about 10 minutes to go. Okay, and here comes Alex Albon to try to overtake, I think, yep, Daniel Ricciardo, but he doesn't quite get it done yet. And there's Alex Albon into 16th place, overtaking Daniel Ricciardo. And if Max goes on to win in the next few minutes, this will be the first time he's won from 6th. Just a little fact for you guys. Okay, and there goes Joe into 14th place, overtaking Nico Hulkenberg. Okay, 4 laps to go now. Lap 41, so in a few minutes this race will be over. Then I'll be on for another probably 5 to 10 minutes to oversee the podium ceremony, and then I'll shoot off ready for the AstCa later on. Okay, so yeah, just please feel free to join me and Roxanne in about 2.5 hours for the AstCa tonight, episode 94, at 6 PM UK time, so yeah, roughly 2.5 hours by now. Okay, and there's Alex Albon overtaking Nico Hulkenberg for 15th. Okay. And there's Lance Stroll being overtaken by Esteban Ocon. Okay, lap 42. 3 laps to go. And the driver of the day vote closes in 2 laps' time. So if you want to get that vote in, I'd do so now. Okay. Okay, here comes Esteban Ocon, preparing to overtake. I think that's Lance Stroll. No, Fernando Alonso that'll be. Or is it? I don't know. It was... Oh, it was Lance Stroll, never mind. Ugh. Okay, lap 43 now. So 2 laps to go. Okay, and Martin Brundle will be performing the post-race interviews. Okay, and Lewis Hamilton is in the pits, probably ready to do the fastest lap attempt. Oh. That was a 2.9 second stop for Hamilton there. Okay, and here comes Alex Albon to overtake Kevin Magnussen in an absolute dive bomb. That was amazing to see. Okay. Okay, last lap now. Okay. Okay. And here comes Max Verstappen to very convincingly win the Belgian Grand Prix in 2023. Any moment now, I imagine. And here he comes now to win the Belgian Grand Prix in 2023. Max Verstappen, 12 races for Red Bull in a row, 8 in a row for him. And that's it until the summer break. Well, for the summer break now. Okay, and here comes Sergio Perez now to do the same thing. And there's Sergio Perez take second place. So that puts Red Bull in a very strong position to come back to after the summer break. And there's Leclerc in third officially. And here comes the rest of the cars, including Hamilton. And Lewis Hamilton has secured the fastest lap of the race, so that will secure him an extra point. And Max Verstappen is already in Parc Ferme. Wow, that was quick. Okay, I shall be on now for another 10-ish minutes. Well, 5 to 10 minutes to see the podium ceremony. And then again, please join me and Roxanne in about 2.5 hours time now for this weekend's AstCa, which will be episode 94. Getting very close to 100 now. Okay, there's Mohammed Ben Sulayem shaking hands with Max Verstappen. And Verstappen shaking hands with Perez. Okay. Right. That was that. That was pretty fairly decent race, I guess. Not the most entertaining of the season. But now we have the post-race interviews with Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez, and Charles Leclerc, being done by Martin Brundle. And Max Verstappen has won Driver of the Day with 15% of the vote. This is Max's 10th win of the season. So he's only lost 3 races, for reference. Oh, no, 2 races. Okay. So this will be short. So this is Charles Leclerc's 27th podium in Formula One. Oof. Okay. So, podium B at probably about 5 minutes time, so yeah. Okay, now we got Paris' interview, I assume. Yeah. Okay, and there's Sergio Paris' dad looking incredibly happy with his son there. Now we got Max Verstappen's interview. Okay. Okay, podium should be in a couple of minutes' time now, I'd imagine. Definitely in the next 5 minutes. Okay, and the fastest lap was Lewis Hamilton. 1 minute 47.305 seconds. Woof. That's Verstappen radio. AstCa won the race. Okay, there's Leclerc in the cool-down room. Now Sergio Perez in the cool-down room. And Max is probably going to follow any moment now. And there's Max. Okay. Oh. Okay, I think we're getting ready for the podium now, so that'll happen any moment now, and then I'll sign this off. So, thank you all for joining me on the stream. If you've liked this, please like the stream and subscribe to mine and Roxanne's channels. Her link's in the description below. In the description, my button is below the video title, and if you click the video title, it'll head into the description, at which point you'll see my social medias and Roxanne's YouTube and website, and comment as well, because why the heck not, and let me know what you thought of this race in AstCa News, and if I missed anything in AstCa News. Lastly, please do share the stream with your friends so they can join the infinite loop of liking, subscribing, commenting, following, and sharing around and around and around the loop. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video, with another stream, and later on another stream, and tomorrow another video. Goodbye, but not quite yet. Okay, there's Sergio Perez and Charles Leclerc on the podium. Now it's waiting for Max to come through. I don't know which order they're going to do it in today. They're going to do anthems or trophies first, because I never quite know. They seem to change it every now and again. There we go. Okay, so that's the national anthems done. Now for the trophies and the winner's medal for Max. Okay, and there's Max's first place trophy. Hopefully it doesn't get broken this time. Okay, and there's Max's winner's medal. Okay, and there's the Constructors' Trophy for Red Bull. And then there's the second place trophy for Sergio Perez. And here comes the third place trophy for Charles Leclerc. Now that that's been handed over, I will now say I'll see you all later on in about an hour and 15 minutes. No, 2 hours 15 minutes for this weekend's Astoundcast. And tomorrow with another YouTube video. Bye, everyone!